Hello besties, welcome back. In this video, I'll show you how to level your cake like a pro, and I'll be teaching this particular lesson like I'm teaching a primary one kid. Anybody can understand this particular tutorials I'm about to give out. Now, it is important to learn how to level your cake so that when you stack your cake or when you decorate your cake, you will notice that your cake will stand firm. You won't be scared that your cake might fall off or tip off. Please do me a favor by liking this video, share this video with your friends, subscribe and follow for more amazing videos. Let's get started. So get your cake board, apply a little bit of butter icing and then place your cake that you like to trim on your cake board. Then once you place your cake, look for the lowest part of the cake. Place your knife flat on your cake and begin to trim off the excess. Can you see how I'm turning my turntable? As you're cutting your cake, make sure you're turning your turntable so that it will follow the direction of your knife. Don't just stay one place or just like stay one place and cut your cake, because if you just stay one place and cut your cake, this cake might, let's say for instance, it might just, you might cut one part much higher than the other. So make sure you're turning your turntable. Now, let me explain this properly. Place your knife and make sure that this knife is a serrated knife with little teeth. Don't use your kitchen knife, don't use your bread knife. If not, you won't get what you want. And also, make sure this knife is on a flat surface on your cake. Make sure, can you see how I placed my knife very flat on my cake and then begin to cut out? Now, as I am cutting out, you will get, now maybe with your eyes, you think that this is already flat, but what I use plumb. Now, this plumb helps me to know if my cakes are flat or not, like if my cakes are on the same level or not. Now, if your cakes are not on the same level, don't worry, I will still show you the full picture of this plump. If your cakes are not on the same level, the water inside the plump will tilt at one side. So it will show you that, okay, by the left, you still need to trim your cakes by the left. The left is still higher than the right. So that is what it just showed me. And I'm just trimming out the left side of my cake to make it much more flatter. And I place the plum on top of my cake, and it's still showing me that, okay, one side is a little bit higher. But can you see now I've just placed my plumb and it's showing me that, okay, it's already okay, it's now at the center. Can you see that the water is at the center? So please make sure you invest in this plumb. It's not expensive. You can buy it from any building material shop, you can buy it from any baking shop. This tutorial is very, very important, especially for beginners, because if you stack your cake or if you decorate your cake without it being leveled, you will notice that after decorating your cake, because of the weight of the fondant or the weight of the butter icing, your cake might fall off or it might begin to get saggy or soggy. You understand? So you need to make sure your cakes are very, very flat. So can you see how I'm placing my knife on the cake very flat? Don't tilt your knife, don't try to tilt your knife. And can you see it is now perfect? It is now very, very flat. And I'll be teaching you how to also make, how to level your chocolate cakes. Is very, very important. Now I've given out my chocolate. Can you see? It's now at the center. Yes, my cake is now very, very flat. It's now at the center, and I will do the rest off camera. But I'll be showing you specially how to also trim off your chocolate cake. This is my chocolate cake. Can you see that one side is higher than the other side? Yes. So now place your knife. Can you see? Place your knife flat on the cake, and from the lowest part, please always start from the lowest part. It is very important. Now begin to cut through your cake. As you're cutting through your cake, make sure you're turning your turntable. As you're cutting, you cut one, two, you turn your turntable. One, two, turn your turntable. One, two. I'm just doing it step by step so that even a primary one kid can understand what I'm trying to say. Even someone that is not a baker will understand what I'm saying. So as you're cutting, just pull out the excess so that you'll be able to see what you're doing. I will go back to the lowest part of my cake. I will cut through. As I cut one, two, I will turn. One, two, I will turn. But if I'm not stitching, I will just cut like I'll just do it sharp sharp. It's not a new thing to me again. So it just takes a lot of practice. But if you're using your plump, as you can see the cake in my background, the vanilla cake in my background, everything is of the same size. Now, if you can see that I place the plump on my cake in the background, and as you can see, everything is of the same size. The plum is at the center. So it's very, very important to invest in this plum so that whenever you decorate your cakes will stand high, it will stand tall and very, very beautiful. And this is me still working on my chocolate cake. Once you trim off, make sure you go back to the lowest part. I have given out this chocolate cake recipe. Someone really gave me a very good feedback that she used this chocolate cake recipe and it was so, so perfect. Yes, it's so, so nice. You can use it for to make birthday cakes. You can use it to make even your foil cakes. So just keep on trimming out until your eyes, I don't really use my eyes actually, until your plum tells you it is very flat. That is when you stop. And make sure that your table is sitting on a flat ground. Can you see what I'm doing? Make sure you place your knife down like flat on your cake and don't place it like tilted. Can you see? Don't place it tilted like this. Make sure that it is very flat on top of your cake and then begin to trim off. Begin This is the first step anytime you bake a cake, especially you want to design a fondant cake. Now, if I'm working with butter icing, sometimes I don't need to really trim my cake, but once it's fondant icing that I'm using to decorate this cake, I'll make sure I trim my cake to the last so that I won't even like my cakes won't flop, or even maybe I'll begin to think that these cakes will look straight. Once you're working with fondant, make sure you trim out your cakes. It's very, very important. And as you can see, I'm still placing my plum to check if that water is at the center. Once that water is at the center, you are good to go. Once that water is at the center, you're good to go. Please and please. That is why once a customer needs a cake from you, the person should give you on time, 2 days, 3 days. The person should inform you. It's very, very important. Please, besties, do me a favor by liking this video, share this video with your friends, subscribe and follow for more amazing videos. That is how you support me, and that is how you encourage me to post more videos and more tutorials on this particular channel. Can you see my plump is already at the center? Like that's that what can you see? I just placed all the cake together and it's already at the center. Thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.